I mean, that is another question, Stephen. Can Hossein Vafaei handle this? Because this is a real cauldron here this morning.
Yeah, and I was watching the two players, and Hossein Vafaei's already been interacting with the audience. Lots of smiles. As I say, he's got to back this up. But what I do hope is that both players play well and we get a snooker match at the end of the day. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Got a chance of this red pot to the corner, but the black's not available into the opposite corner, so work to do with the cue ball. He thought the only red he could leave was the one he was playing. It's going towards his corner. Can Ronnie get through to it? No gap for once. Possibility of a plant here, these two reds just above the black. So close to making it. Has he got the cover? Well, this time there is a gap.
He was very quick out of his chair to the table. Hossein Vafaei. I don't know whether he's going to try and intimidate his opponent that way. As we know, there's not a lot of room around the table when it's the two tables set up at the Crucible.
1.
Now ball pot on the black. Just play it off the side cushion. He'll have a choice of reds to the opposite corner. Well, he's put his hand in the air. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think that was a heavy contact.
1.
Yes, you could see that. There was a horrible contact.
Black, yeah.
Ultimately. Again, went back to his chair, Hossein, interacting with the audience. He's got it. I think that one in the over 3-session match, he's got to focus on what's, all the talking beforehand is fine, but when you're out there, you focus on one thing, the table.
Just decided to play the safety. There's a possibility of the red, though, I think, to the right corner. It's dangerous, particularly if he plays it to get position on the black. But it's a half chance. And that's the one thing you would say about Hossein. Very rarely turns down a long pot. So taking it on. A long way off. And as I said at the time, it was dangerous. Easy starter for Ronnie.
One. 8.
Just got a little bit of work to do with the cue ball here. I don't think it's just a case of dropping it in, so you've got to be careful. Just hit nicely.
9. $16. 17. 24.
3 or 4 shots. This break is settled into his usual rhythm.
25.
The shape of the pack is perfect for this shot. The red closest to the black, you won't want to make contact with that one. You want to hit the bunch and then screw through that red, bringing the cue ball to the right side of the table. Just got into it. It's worked out okay, but sure that wasn't as played. Just with the shape of the bunch there. If you
32.
get the joint inside that red, it opens everything up.
33.
Pocket there.
That'll focus his mind a little bit. Another cannon. You always need a little bit of luck going into reds. Now, what is he on?
40. 41.
That's in the middle of the pocket, cued beautifully. It's a lovely thing to have in your armories. When you lose position, you can just rely on those
45.
pots. It's also a bit of a sickener for your opponent who thinks you've lost position. They may get to the table.
46.
Yeah, he sat there, played the dangerous long pot, didn't get close. And this is the punishment. Especially when you're playing one of the
53.
greats of all time, you've given these opportunities.
54.
And that's what they do when they play well, they punish you. And this is certainly sending out a signal to Hossein. You make a mistake, it probably cost you the frame. So this red and the black would put him 68 points ahead with just 67 remaining. Just the start
61.
that Ronnie would have been looking for.
And also, I know he
62.
wasn't well physically in his first round, but this is already sharper and more focused than he looked at any stage in the first round, in my opinion. And that's what you do. Ronnie's job is to come here and
69.
win the World Championship, not to get involved in anything else. This is just
70.
This is just on the path to winning it.
Yeah, and it'd be nice for Ronnie and his many, many fans to start with a century, and there's every chance here because you can see those two reds together are a plant for this corner. It's already got the other reds in the open, so the only difficult reds are a plant. I'd be very surprised if Ronnie didn't open up this match with a ton.
77. 78.
Well, he's missed the
78,
blow.
I'm
And
afraid.
Vafaei stays in his chair. Maybe I thought he'd come to the table and got his cue arm going, but none of it. Ronnie Hossein takes the first frame.
Second frame, Hossein Vafaei to break. Settle down, please. Quietly now, please.
Before he got down to break off, he looked up at, I can only presume, one of his friends in the audience and gave a smile. And it's obviously a premeditated break off because Ronnie did it to him in a match. Silly, really, to get involved in that. It's the World Championship.
1.
Yeah, that's the first for me. It's funny what goes on in snooker players' minds, isn't it? I mean, just can't believe that he'd play a shot like that. Biggest match of his career.
4.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was hoping to achieve by doing it because Ronnie simply won't care. He'll just do what he's going to do now. It's probably win the frame at this visit, may even clear the table. Not good. Not clever.
No.
10.
I mean, many times we've seen people, well, particularly Ronnie when he used to play left-handed, and certain players said it was disrespectful and
11.
things like that. Well, you know, if you can use your left hand, you use your left hand. To me, it's disrespectful to play that shot.
Yeah, when Ronnie did it to him in the fifth frame,
17.
when Hossein won the match 5-0, I mean, it was obviously disrespectful then, again, but why?
18.
He's obviously been holding on to that for quite a long time. Why get involved? As I say, he played so well to beat Ding Junhui. I don't think Ding would be happy if he was watching this.
24. 25. $31. $32.
When he pots this red, the red just above and to the right of it
38.
won't be available into the left corner pocket. So no need to play any cannons. At the
39.
moment. I think he can pot the pink and not have to play the cannon on the 3 reds. Take any risk out of the equation.
They're striking the cue beautifully.
45.
Getting the whatever work he needs out of the cue ball.
46.
That's exactly what he's getting. No more, no less. Every single shot.
Yeah, pulled his face slightly there. He's finished straight on this pink, which is not ideal. So he's just got a little bit of work to do with the cue ball. Well, he can just manufacture a little bit of an angle. Play for the reds near the left-hand cushion. Oh, sorry, right-hand cushion, as we look. Played it perfectly.
52. $53.
This blue will put him 58 points in front. Still 75 remaining. So another red and a colour required. Once again, inch perfect.
58.
So red, colour red needed.
59.
I know the balls are smashed open, Stephen, but you still got to pot them, and he's taken these really well, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, I was actually just thinking the same thing. Some players, you could be affected by that. You know, you spend the first 2 or 3 shots wondering what was going on and you've not concentrated on the job in hand. But as I said, it's more focused than this. Whether it's to do
65.
with what's going on verbally, I don't know. But he looks
66.
so bang up for this. But as I say, I think it's just because it's the World Championship. It's his job to come here and do what he's doing. He doesn't need any more incentive than he's already got.
72.
But there has to be
73.
surely some regret for Hossein and what he did from that break-off.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to prove. All he's done is sat down and watched the maestro in action. I suppose you could say he's had the best seat in the house.
78.
Well, no
Yeah,
century, but more than enough to keep Hossein Vafaei in his seat. Strange frame, but Ronnie Hossein won't mind. 2-0.
Quietly, please. There's another game on. People on the crowd, please.
The third frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
The orthodox break-off shot from Ronnie.
I think, yeah, I agree with Steve, disrespectful to the game in the World Championship, but also a bit to Ding Junhui, who he beat in the first round. I'm hoping that's the only time he's going to do it. I hope now he's going to just try and concentrate and play a good snooker match. Because if he plays the way he played in that second session, he can cause Ronnie problems. So let's hope that that's the end of it, and let's just have a great session of snooker. Because if he doesn't get rid of that angst, or whatever it is, he's going to lose this match a session early.
That was an interesting choice of shot there from Ronnie. He had a red to the left corner and he felt he may have been able to do something with it all for the black, but didn't want to take the risk. Hossein can get through to it, but doesn't like the potting angle. Yeah, and just picking up on that, whether it's disrespectful to your opponent or the game, it's disrespectful to his ability as well. I mean, he's a good player, he's improving every year. But breaking off like that, you're just not giving yourself a chance. Cue ball's close to the corner, but not there. And now it's not gone in. It's a pretty good cue ball. A couple of reds potable to the left corner, but fraught with danger should you miss.
He's got to play this with bottom left-hand side. Swing the cue ball round the back of the bunch. 3 cushions, and if he pots it, hopefully land on a bulk colour. Didn't quite get into the cue ball.
1.
At least he potted the red. He can play the next shot, but wasn't the best strike.
Just having a look, Ronnie, here to see if we can play a towing safety. It's too risky, just got to nudge into the black here. I don't see what else he can do. Damon Hirst, great friend of Ronnie's and big supporter.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
That's all Ronnie could do. And I think after that last frame
Touching ball.
particularly, I think when it comes to the safety exchange, Ronnie doesn't have to panic about is he going to get a chance, because the way Hossein played that frame, he's not going to get bogged down with safety this match, is it?
No. And Hossein Vafaei is a very aggressive player anyway in his shot choice. He doesn't turn much down. Touch and ball is it's a relief to everyone really, because it means the spectre of a re-rack is gone. Now back to an orthodox frame. Yeah, I think he's one of the most improved players in snooker over the last couple of years. He's a danger to anyone, and what I admire about him, he's not intimidated by any arena, any player, any situation. He loves it. He seems to love the challenge of it. And that's why I hope for his sake that he just concentrates now on this match and try and play his best game. See where it takes him.
Weak safety shot there from Ronnie. Touching his red too much too thin, that's why it's come out in and out of ball. Now normally you wouldn't have second thoughts about playing this red to the right corner, the one just below the blue. Not got his range just yet. Not left anything easy. He played it in a way that the only red he could leave was the one he was playing. And that's the one he's left a pot at, but not easy.
Whoever's got the phone with the flash up there, can you put it away, please?
Probably purposely intending to be low on this. In potting it, he can bring another couple of reds into play.
7.
Control the cue ball well. Nicely on the black.
$14. 15.
One of Ronnie's greatest attributes, amongst all the other things, and it might seem strange to say, is that he very, very rarely misses an easy pot. He always pots the balls that he should pot, and it seems a strange thing to say, but I tell you, when you're in your chair and you just assume your opponent's never going to miss anything,
22.
it's so intimidating.
23.
Yeah, basically what you're hoping. For example, here he's going to play a cannon into the cluster. If he opens them nice, it could be a frame winner. But he's stuck. He's stuck on the red.
30.
Nothing to go at to keep it going.
Sullivan 30.
Well, Ronnie tried to get him behind the black. He's just overrun it a fraction. There may be a possibility of this red to the right middle. But it's risky. It's tough. Played it in the top. Thought by playing it in the top, he was had a little bit of insurance should he not pot it. But great pot it was.
Line of 3 reds above the black, the bottom one closest to the
8.
black goes to right middle. Well, I presume it goes because he's played for it. He's having a close look. And there's no real pressure on it because he's not going to leave anything should he miss. Yeah, nice pot.
Nice.
Now the 5 reds in the middle of the table, if he can get a cannon on the single red here, that will just bring everything into play. We'll have to nip the cue ball nicely. But just a matter of cannon, that single red. That's fine. Okay, flicked the other red first, but I think he's still okay.
16.
Look at the body language. Maybe he's not.
Yeah, and you can see he's just nudged red. As Stephen said, he wanted to miss this first red. But he just flicked it and he knocked it, so he's not in a possible position. Tougher shot here. Right in the heart of the pocket there.
17. $24. $25.
This black to go 1 point in front.
$32.
Yeah, that
33.
opening red was worthy of a chance to win the frame. Absolutely stunning pot to the far right corner. And now he's got the balls at his mercy. Okay, he's going to need the red on the right cushion.
$38.
Which I think I would try
39.
and move sooner rather than later, because if you miss the cannon or the cannon doesn't work out properly, you could have a pot at the red near the left corner or the pot the red that's next to the green if the cannon doesn't work out. If you leave it till last and the cannon doesn't work out, you don't get on the
44.
red, then it's end of break.
45.
So 19 points the lead. If he got 2 reds, 2 blacks, they put him 35 points in front with 35 remaining. He's obviously not thought of that.
51.
He definitely needs the red near the right-hand cushion now.
Yeah, that's how I would be tempted to play the cannon now, but you don't have to. I mean, if you get level with the black off this red into the right corner pocket, that would be pretty much a natural angle to move the red, but you
56.
can't get that angle on the black now. I'm not sure if you can even try and lift the red from this red.
$57.
Certainly won't be able to move the red from this black, but it is possible to get on the red to the right corner. I thought he may have played topspin of 2 cushions. Try and get the cue ball somewhere near the right middle.
Is he contemplating
64.
the double? He only needs the red. He's missed it. The problem is with a double, when you miss them, you're never certain where they're going to finish.
Same Vafaei, 64.
So Ronnie gets to the table, 33 points behind, 35 remaining. Oh, he didn't want the bump. He's got to play the black. So it's got to be pink or black to win the frame at this visit. pots the blue, he can only tie. Big shot.
Well, it's still going to be, I'd say, slightly odds against winning the frame at this visit. Where the pink is, it's going to need some shot to get on the pink nicely, and then another great shot to get on the black.
10.
Anything past him. You'd like to be as close to the pink as possible to make the screw shot that much easier. You wouldn't have to hit it as hard.
Yeah, the key shot coming up now. Needs a good angle on the blue. Looking where he'd like to have the cue ball. Stephen said, if you get the nice angle, you can screw behind the pink. Closer you get, the easier the pot. Or you get more of an angle, you can play to move it. We'll see.
70.
Well, it looks perfect to be able to screw behind it. Decision, do you screw behind it or do you try and
I don't know, it's maybe just
move
one
it?
roll too much, maybe 2 cushions with topspin. No, he's playing the screw. Is he moving the pink? He is. He's trying to move it. So close.
22.
Yeah, you just felt it needed just a fraction of right-hand side on the cue ball there.
Neil Sullivan, 22.
Okay, what I would say is, if you miss the pink, you're very liable to leave it over the pocket.
Yeah, Ronnie will be disappointed though to have left any kind of shot. This pink should have been safe. It's not. But it's cost him the frame. So there you go. Hossein Vafaei puts his cue on the table. He's off for a comfort break. He's got his first frame on the board. 2-1.
Quietly as you can, please. Keep the noise down, please. Down there, roll the table on.
Anyone's cut from the same bit wood as Steve Davis, John, do you? Thank goodness.
The fourth frame. Hossein Vafaei to break.
But what I will agree with, he's managed to compose himself since that second frame and get his focus back on what he's here to do. And it was a fabulous visit to the table. And as well, just let Ronnie know that he is here to play a match. And he has got form.
just flick the brown. It's okay. It's a good cue ball. Any fuller on the brown? He's left a pot on. Just got that a bit too thick. He was looking for that target of green and brown. It's a good one to aim for. But catching the red too thick, he's left a possible pot on here for Ronnie. To the right corner, but, well, if he can get through to it. But no easy positional shot, so going for the safety. And he's caught that too thick. So now the player, last two shots, putting the other under any pressure. This is looking good. Just needed maybe another roll. I think Ronnie can see a red, but can't see a path back to balk. Ronnie thinking that's all he could do. Just try and make the shot for Hossein as difficult as possible. As I say, there was no path back to balk. He can certainly pot this red to the right corner. Looks as though he's going to run into the black, so needs a bit of luck with position. Hit the wrong red. Bad misjudgment. Chance for Ronnie, but having missed like that, Hossein fortunate not to leave something easier than this. I think the choice is for Ronnie as he plays this red to the far right corner or the right middle. Don't have to do anything for position.
Yeah, I don't think when Ronnie played that last safety shot, or containing safety shot, the only shot he had, he would get this opportunity from it. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Because these are the reds that are obviously, blocking up the black spot, the black being potted. So to play for these straight away, it's the art of break building, really.
7.
And I can only assume from playing that shot that the black's going to be in the clear when it's respotted, because Ronnie had every opportunity there to nudge that red away.
14.
Yep, no problem. Just got to avoid the kiss on this red near the top cushion.
15.
Great chance this to go to the mid-session interval with a 3-1 lead. That's the target. Just treat every session, little mini sessions. And that's another wonderful positional shot.
22.
Looks very focused, doesn't he, Stephen?
Yeah, and it's that shot from the blue. It's all like, if
23.
anyone's watching that wants to get better at break building, you know, if you see reds that are, you know, covering the black spot, the pink spot, and you want to get those colours back, you know, that's the art. Trying to get the black spot and pink spot free as soon as possible. There was other reds you could play for, but he knew that was the way of getting this break. Now, where it is, frame winning chance.
31. $38. 39.
And that stat
46.
emphasises what I was saying before about just never misses anything that he's not
47.
supposed to miss. Well, of course he does sometimes, but very, very rarely. When he's on it, like he is this afternoon, when he gets in, it's frame over. Unless something very unexpected happens. Because he's always in position.
Yes, and I think what will
53.
be pleasing him, the fact that most of the pots are going right in the heart of the pocket.
54.
It's always a good feeling for any snooker player. Means you're sighting right.
$61. 62.
So there's black and one more red to get to snooker's required. He's made it look so easy, but as Stephen said, it was that key shot, the first blue, get that red, get the black on its spot. And that's when people look and say, well, I could have potted that, I could have potted that, and that's all because of the wonderful cue ball control on display. Oh, well, there you go. He's played the can and thought, well, he's bound to be on the
69.
red. But he's on nothing. He's got a 69-point lead, but there's still 75 remaining.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 69.
He'll be slightly annoyed. Big favourite. But Hossein Vafaei not out of this frame just yet. Well, not quite certain what he's looking at. I'm looking at it, and I don't think there's any chance of a 3-ball plant or anything. No. So, he's got to get it safe, obviously, because Ronnie only needs one more red. And that's no easy ask here. It's not a 3-ball plant. So he can't pot his way out of trouble.
Well, in the end, he played the shot about as well as he could.
As I say, Ronnie just needs the red. He's not even entertained this one that's closest to the top cushion. And I think that's why Hossein put the cue ball in the jaws of the pocket. It just made it difficult. Frame ball though. Could be tempted. Particularly if there's not a telling safety shot at hand.
Yeah, he wants to play the cue ball to bulk, but the two reds that are going towards the right corner, they probably could be made to be a plant if Hossein could get to them. So he doesn't want to play off the two reds up the table towards the right cushion, doesn't want to move them. But that's an easy safety shot off the right-hand side of one of those reds, but you just bring it into open.
Yeah, and taking all that into consideration, I don't know why he's not considering playing this pot on this red to the left corner. Anyway, he's made his mind up that he thinks he can play a good safety. Yeah, that red didn't pass the blue, but he'll be happy with that outcome. He's got a red safe-ish, not left anything on.
Yeah, clever shot.
Decided to go for the double. It's always risky, a double. If it doesn't go in, you're not certain when it's finished. Now, this red along the top cushion, Ronnie will be fancying this. This for the frame. He didn't fancy it before because he didn't have his hand on the table. I don't think he'll be turning it down this time. This red to just 70 points in front with 67 remaining.
Hossein Vafaei there. He tapped his thigh in appreciation of that pot from Ronnie.
8.
This has been a very, very focused session from the defending champion.
9.
He's looked bang on it from shot one. He sent a message to not only Hossein Vafaei but the rest of the field. Very early on, okay, but
15.
Well, it's probably the sharpest
16.
he's looked for a long time this season, actually.
Yeah, there was a few people questioning what sort of form he was in coming here, and after the first round, a lot of people were thinking, well, maybe he's not up for it this year, but nothing wrong
21.
with his performance. He's
22.
gone out there and let his cue do the talking.
27. $28.
Wonderful shot. Such a beautiful
33.
touch.
$34.
Not too bothered now. Once they get to the dressing room, have a cup of tea. And he'll be quite happy with these first 4 frames, Stephen.
Yeah, he's
37.
delighted. I mean, he couldn't do much about that third frame, the pot that Hossein potted to the far right corner
39.
on that break, but everything else in this first session, Ronnie's been in complete control of.
42.
Very professional job.
$46.
He looks
51.
of a mind to pot all the balls if he can. Well, the pink doesn't go in with that. So, very intriguing first 4 frames. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 3-1 ahead.
Keep the noise down, please.
59.
Yeah, thank you, Hazel. Quite a lot of talk backstage about this match and that second frame. I don't think there was any division of opinion, Stephen. Everybody said, what's going on there? Anyway, it's behind. It never affected Ronnie.
Ronnie O'Sullivan
and that's every credit to him. He could have got ruffled. 4 more frames to play in this session. These second round matches, best of 25. 3 sessions. First 2, 8 frames. And then the possible 9 to make up that number. But you would think, Stephen, that Ronnie will be looking to press on here.
Yeah, especially with how well he's playing. If he continues that in this session, and normally a player who's affected by an interval, Hossein Vafaei has got to try and get every frame that he can out of this session. Because a lot of the World Championship, these multi-session matches, it can be damage limitation. The difference between maybe squeezing a 5-3 deficit rather than a 6-2 can be very important. Excellent.
Yeah, top draw, that one. Yeah, Ronnie'd like to play safe off the red that's just past the right-hand middle pocket, but it's a dangerous shot. Double kiss, always a possibility. He's taking it on, but got to be careful here. I don't blame him having a second thought. But he's back to it. I mean, the idea here is to send the red back up this end of the table, cue ball to the baulk cushion, but a double kiss, a distinct possibility. And if he did get it, he could leave a pot on. Well, in the end, he played it beautifully. As I say, it was a dangerous shot. Well, that good safety from Ronnie O'Sullivan has forced the mistake. Well, the only question is, well, he can just cue past the brown, which is ideal. Just stun the red in, play for the green in the same pocket. If he was completely hampered by the brown, this would be tricky, but doesn't look to be.
One.
Yeah, the only thing that's concerning him here slightly, he doesn't want to cannon the blue. If the blue was on its spot, he'd have played it by now. I'll just give him due care and attention, which it deserves.
Yeah, he might stand down for the two reds above the black spot, but he might stand down for one to the right corner pocket here. Yeah, that's the one he's played for. Because he gets on this, the pink's available to right middle. He could play for the black.
4.
Pot in the pink will be tied up, so that's the reason he might favour playing for the black, get that back on its spot, and then everything's in the open.
5.
I'm not sure if he got a bounce. If not, that was clumsy for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yes, this is definitely not the potting angle he wanted. If he pots it, it'll be on a red, but it's tricky. Yeah, it was always tricky, that.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
As I say, it wasn't the potting angle he was looking for.
Well, the way that Hossein Vafaei's played
1.
that tells me he's going to go into the bunch from the black here. Doesn't want to catch the left side of it because the cue ball will disappear up to the bulk end. In the end, it was kind of a half-hearted shot, really. Didn't really commit to anything.
8.
Well, if Ronnie's black was tough, so is this. Oh, beautifully played. Every credit.
That was beautifully struck. Timed to perfection. Played with drag. Well, so we need another one along this cushion.
16.
That one was easier than the first one.
Hossein Vafaei, 16.
This red closest to the cue ball, potable to the far left corner. If the black was available, wouldn't have to do anything with the cue ball, but needs to put a lot of action into the shot. And that's exactly what he did.
1.
Wonderful.
Seven. 8.
Well, where he had any thoughts of potting the blue, canning the reds, that's not an option now. Have to play for the loose red near the left corner. Won't be able to stay on the black, but I don't think that's his intention.
13.
I think he'd rather go into this cluster off the blue. Just needs to get the right side
14.
of it. And that's inch perfect. So hit the pink 4 in the face. Always need a bit of luck.
$90.
Well, you get the pink full in the face. In the end, well, a little bit unlucky to not open everything up, but the very least you're looking for is at least a pot on the red, which he's got.
20.
Such is the position on the black. Really, the red to the right middle is the only one he can play for. Well, I decided to go to the side cushion, thinking, well, I might have one to the left middle. He has, but not as straightforward as he would have liked.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 27.
Yeah, a bit disappointed. He was a little unlucky when he went into the reds that, as Stephen said at the time, only really one came out into a possible position. Half a chance, that.
Well, it looks like he's got Hossein, Vafaei, Snooker and everything with that cue ball. Not quite, but definitely got a problem keeping this safe. Looks like it'll be some sort of dead weight roll up to something.
Yeah, it's a delicate shot he's got to play. That was a good shot. And a little tap on the table from Ronnie there. Well, this red's run down the table, and it is potable, as you can see. Well, made that pot much more difficult. He was trying to avoid a kiss on the second red, so played it with lots of right-hand side. That's why he appeared to be quite a way out with the pot. But he got the cue ball back to the baulk end, which is his priority. That's a mistake from Ronnie.
Yeah, there's been very little unforced errors been made from Ronnie so far this afternoon, but that was definitely one. That kind of safety shot is very comfortable for him normally. But this is a tricky opener. Yeah, the pressure's mounting on Hossein Vafaei in this match. It really is.
Yeah, and I was thinking exactly the same. He'd have been a little bit aggrieved he wasn't on the red that was right over the left middle pocket. And there was pressure on that because he knew if he missed it, he'd be leaving that red.
Yeah, playing Ronnie Sullivan's difficult enough, isn't it? Without, when he does make the odd mistake, he kind of gets away with it. It was a kind of pot that if the situation was different, if he just came to the table and that red was on, he probably would have potted it, Hossein Vafaei. But the fact, the situation where he wasn't able to get to the easy red, it just made that much more difficult.
.27 points to lead.
11.
2 reds nicely in the open. But he's going to need more than that. He'll need 3 of these reds to get to snooker's required.
Well.
Now then, just depends now on the potting angle of this. If he pots this red, cannons the red to the left of the black, he'll leave him on the black and of course bring that red into play. Will he risk it? Oh, well, he was thinking so much about the cannon, he forgot about
50.
the pot. How many times do we see that happen?
Well, it's incredible how far he missed this by. I don't think even he can believe it. But once again, no damage done.
Tremendous pot. He took it on because he thought, well, the only red I can leave is the one I'm playing. He's got the red, no colour, 32 points to lead, 51 remaining. Colour safe, possibly the order of the day.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Yeah, a bit to think about here. The red that's almost tight to the side cushion. It's very hard to play off that. He's having to play this with side to try and get the edge of this one. Cross double, back to balk. In the end, didn't feel as though he could move it that much. I can only assume he did attempt the pot. No harm done. It's run safe. Has he snookered Hossein on all three reds? I think he has. Ronnie, of course, 32 points ahead. Still needs 2 of these reds. Only 1 in the open, that's what Hossein's now looking at the scoreboard. So this is where the miss rule comes in, doesn't it? If you know, make a few attempts to snooker and don't get out of it, it's going to cost you 4 points. He doesn't want to miss it. He can't afford to lose the points. Good hit. Ronnie doesn't want to disturb the 2 reds near the side cushions, so he'll be happy he can get through to hit this. Keeps him in control of the situation. Went for the pot once again, thinking the only red he can leave is the one he's playing. And it's run safe. And this is another thing, Stephen, that we don't really take into account. We talk about Hossein, you know, the way he played against Ding, potting, break building, superb. But you've got to match Ronnie O'Sullivan in all aspects of the game. And is he up to that just yet in his career?
Well, I think the obvious answer is no. I mean, very few players are.
That was a good shot. Didn't knock much, but he had to catch that red way for thin. Couldn't have played it much better.
Yeah, if he plays the red that's on the cushion nearest that left corner pocket, the red could go close to the green pocket if he's playing a cross double. Good shot. Lots of appreciation between the two players for their good shots this afternoon. You know, all that's gone on beforehand. I have to say from Hossein's side. Ronnie's not got involved with anything, but they've both got respect for each other's game out there. First chance of a pot for Hossein Vafaei. Not an easy one.
Yes, and if he gives the pot every chance and just soft stuns it in, if he misses it, he could leave the other one that's close to the cushion. If he tries to edge his bets, i.e. by playing it with pace, makes the pot that much more difficult. So it looks as though he's refusing it.
This is by far the longest frame of the match so far. Yeah, well played.
Foul. And a miss. Hossein Vafaei 7. Free ball.
That got him out of his seat. Until he heard the words free ball, I think he was going to have it replaced. The colour counts as a red, just to remind you, and then the colour to follow. You'd think it'd be the black to the left middle.
Yeah, I think take the cue ball up the table for green or blue into left middle. I think both would probably give you an angle to bring reds into play. Green to left corner or blue to left middle. He's not played that well. I don't think he's got an angle in the blue to move anything unless he plays it with pace off the baulk cushion. Not sure if he's got a natural to go into the yellow, red and brown here. So stun off the baulk cushion. And put the wrong side on the cue ball.
6.
So it didn't play the black very well there. And it wasn't under any pressure because he wasn't even leaving a red on.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing we see with the players, isn't it? Also now, when they get to the crucible. Tremendous potters, great builders, but when you get to an end of the frame like this and the balls are awkward, you've got to think out of the box a little bit. He certainly didn't there.
Yeah, it's almost like the dark arts of the game, isn't it? These sort of situations with the likes of Ronnie, Mark Selby, Mark Williams, John Higgins, experts at these situations.
Cause for concern. Missing a long pot by that far. Well, you've got to trust the table a little bit, but just push the red down the cushion towards the green. Might even get a snooker on all 3 reds here. Well, I decided to not chance playing it with too much pace. Don't blame him.
These shots are a far cry from that break-off in the second frame, JV. This red's going close. In or over.
Yeah, and Hossein was walking to the table and he saw the line of the red, like you did, and he took a step back. Handy fluke. Now 20 points to lead.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
These situations, the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, test your patience as much as your ability. At the minute, Vafaei's patience has been good. He's had a couple of reds that he could have taken a swing at, but he hasn't.
Important now that Ronnie didn't give Hossein an easy opportunity to put distance between cue ball and object ball. Could only take one shot though to turn this safety exchange around. At the moment, I'm just favouring Ronnie to get the better of this. Well, he has. The only thing is, this red to the right corner, if it's straight, where the cue ball is, not an easy shot. So it's red to the left middle. Right in the heart of the pocket, perfectly on the black.
1.
And there's black. And one more red to get to snooker's required.
Eight. 9.
No.
36 points to
16.
lead, 27 remaining, so 3 4-point snookers required. Well, we're coming back to the
18.
table now, the same Vafaei.
Twenty-one.
Ronnie O'Sullivan can win all sorts of frames. And I suppose the only surprising thing, John, is he's not had a century yet in the championship.
Yeah.
25.
And in a way, that'll frustrate him slightly, because he loves to knock in the centuries. Crowd pleaser. Well, the double's not in, but
Ronnie
Glenn was well and truly over long before then. Well, that was a scrappy one. But Ronnie takes it. 4-1.
still a game on. Quietly, please. Frame 6, Hossein Vafaei to break.
Well, decent break off. You feel like saying that whenever somebody breaks off and doesn't leave a pot on. And that's the case here. Pacey. Is the yellow going to come to his rescue? Not quite. Possible pot here. But dangerous if he can't find a path round the back of the black, so that's why he just played the containing safety. I think that's another thing that's been obvious throughout this match. Ronnie not going to take any undue risks here. Not going to make it easy for Hossein.
It very rarely does take any risks because he knows that his safety play is more than good enough to create opportunities. So there's no need for him to push the boat out in any way. Quite happy to let his opponent do that. Looking at this red to the far right corner, again knowing that he can't leave anything, just pointing the tip of his cue just to make sure where he leaves the cue ball. There's no other reds available for Hossein Vafaei. Speculative attempt at this red. No risk involved in that shot. Okay, there's a chance he could have left the red that he went for, but generally it was a risk-free shot.
The only thing that's put a spanner in the works, so to speak, is that red in the baulk end out now. So let's just have a bit of tip-tapping at this end for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I actually hate that shot, the dump shot. You know, you send a red up the table and leave the cue ball in the black cushion. I hate it. Because this is the frame you get from it. And I mean, it's the only shot you got to play, so you have to play it. But as a player, I used to hate playing it because you ended up with this kind of frame. such a dull shot.
I was wondering whether either player would look at the other there and say, how about a re-rack? This is going nowhere. But Ronnie...
There's no eye contact between these two
no
players.
eye contact there. Just had a shot there. I saw Hossein trying to catch Ronnie's arm.
Well, Ronnie can see the red in bulk, so he's got a chance of leaving the cue ball up there and bringing that red back down the table, and that will bring the frame back to normal. You're almost waiting, aren't you, for Hossein Vafaei to take a risk, to go for something that he just to try and get something going in this match, because he's been kept so quiet with Ronnie's match play.
Yeah, and I think Ronnie's aware of that. I think that's why he's even there when you thought maybe a re-rack, but Ronnie doesn't mind the situation, you know. He knows he'll be straining at the leash, I say, to get his hand on the table and start possing balls.
Yeah, and to his credit, Hossein, he is staying patient. He is looking for the correct shot to play.
Surprised there. A little bit surprised. You play that shot, open all the reds. If you left a pot on, it could cost you. I think it's run safe. The reds are the right middle. There's not a path to it. Dicing with danger though, was Ronnie.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that there's not been a lot of run of the ball in this match, but if there's been any, I think Ronnie's had the majority. On another day, may have left that red to left middle, or the one to right middle. Good shot. Nice touch. Good place for the cue ball.
Well, that was excellent. He had to hit that red absolutely perfectly, full in the face, to get into this area where he leaves nothing. Looked simple, but it was anything but.
Yeah, I think if this was Mark Selby against Hossein Vafaei, saying this is what Mark Selby does to you, freezes you out. But Ronnie does it as well. He's that good a match player. Again, that's a pretty decent reply.
Yeah, it's one of these tables when you're looking at all the balls in the open, whoever pots the first red, you'd fancy winning the frame. Well, Ronnie eyeing this red up. Problem is with this type of shot, you'd think he'd be playing it with pace, screw back for a baulk colour. Makes the red missable. Oh, but right in the heart of the pocket. Wonderful shot. You can't cue him better than that.
Yeah, stunning shot. This blue is not a gimme, but should it go in? Just scraped in, but now that it is in, I was about to say,
6.
could this be the first century break of this World Championship, or the defending champion?
Seven. $14. 15. 22. 23.
Could play a cannon into the 3 reds and pink here. Doesn't have to.
$30. 31. 38.
Slightly underhit. It's okay if you can run through and play for the black, but digging in, he's going to have to go up for the blue.
39.
It's okay. Just cannon the red just above the blue. Hold the cue ball in the middle of the table. Just run out of position. Needs to recover it now.
44.
Just the cue ball's got to travel a little bit.
$45.
Travelling that little bit, nearly went wrong, but he's nicely on the green. Nice little run of the ball there for Ronnie.
$48. 49. 51.
51 points to lead. Just feel that this is the key shot now. He's had that little trip to the baulk end. He needs to keep tight control now. A few vital shots
52.
coming up. He's always had that red adjacent to the left middle. That's a reserve, if you like.
59. 60.
So this blue, one more red in the colour. Maybe snooker's required.
65. 66.
And I just love your positivity, Stephen. When he got this chance, you were just looking at, was it a case of making a century?
Yes, I just thought the way the balls were,
71.
the standard of the opening pot. Just, he's an inspirational player. That sort of shot gives you inspiration. Thought the century break might follow.
72.
I think he can just reach over and snick this in.
Can he snick the left-hand red of the three? Yeah, he's on the red. Yes, there's going to be some pot to keep the break going. This is a horrible
79.
shot. Wow.
80.
Well,
87. 88.
In total control of this match. Total control.
95. 96.
That was career century number 1,199. And after the first red, a thing of beauty.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 102.
Not bothered about the yellow. He got the tongue. Wants to get on with the next frame. 4 clear now. 5-1.
Quietly, please. Quietly, please. Frame 7. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Steve, quiet, please.
Yeah, and trying to chase a deficit against any player at this stage is difficult, but against the greatest front runner in the game, because Ronnie doesn't let up. Even some other top players unintentionally take their foot off the gas and can let their opponents back in, but Ronnie doesn't. This red will go close to the left corner. I can get to this red, to the right corner pocket. I'm just wondering when Hossein is finally going to let loose and take something on that's got risk attached. I think you can tell for the last couple of frames that trying to beat Ronnie at the tactical game hasn't worked.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Yeah, looked for a very thin edge. Ronnie won't take the miss. He's got this red to the right corner. Right in the heart of the pocket now, looking for a good angle on a ball colour.
1.
Hasn't really got one.
There's two shots there, the red and that screw back. Struck to perfection, timed to perfection.
Four.
Well, he's walking round, so maybe he thinks he's on this red to the right corner.
11.
And he is.
12. $19. $20.
Yeah, just misjudged slightly how it came off the second red. Played it with left hand side to try and get the cue ball up to the ball end, but not perfect. I mean, we just take it for granted now, Steve. Nobody switches hands, but
22.
what a thing to have in your armoury. Wonderful shot.
23. $28. $29.
Paul Collier just checking to see if the pink spot is available. Apparently not, so the highest available was the
35.
brown spot. Won't bother Ronnie, he's got the black available into both corner pockets.
56.
Played that well. Perfect angle on the black. Won't be playing a cannon. There's a couple of loose reds he can play for. So there's this one, and there's the one that's just separated from that cluster of 5.
43. 44.
So he may have to disturb something. I wouldn't think off this shot, but certainly off the next colour. He needs to bring other reds into play
51.
to clinch the frame at this visit.
52.
Yeah, the 3 reds are in a line. If he catches, I'll look to see if there's anything available to the right corner. But I was going to say, if he catches it, he can knock the 3rd red to the black cushion and send the cue ball down with it. That was always going to be tough because the 3 reds were touching. I thought he might have just played a
57.
glancing blow just to leave 1 red on to the left corner. This is awkward now to keep the break going. Hit the wrong red.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 57.
Well, that was a bad misjudgment. Yeah, I like you when he played the cannon. I thought he'd have played it with a bit more precision rather than hit them hard and just hope you were going to be on a red. His choice went wrong.
One.
Considering he's kind of feeding off scraps at the moment, Hossein Vafaei. That was a decent look first red, but he's going to need
6.
another one here. Yeah, nice shot, well struck.
7.
And perfectly on the blue. You wouldn't say this was a gilt-edged chance to win the frame at this visit, but you could at least start potting balls and get back into the frame.
$12.
Now if he's straight on this red, he could leave pretty much a level black to try and cannon that red off the left cushion. And you think he'd be bound to be at least on the other one. Maybe he hasn't got the angle to finish level on the black.
13.
It's not bad. It's certainly worth a go because, as I say, the worst case, you'll have another pot. Oh, he's aiming low. He's trying to move the other one. Or does it pot? Looks tight.
20.
Well, I think he feels he can drop it in dead weight. Can do a lot with a cue ball.
Yeah, it's fine. As you say, wouldn't be playing it with a lot of pace. I'm not sure he can even play it to get right side of the blue.
$21.
If he pots this blue, he may land in an angle in this red. And able to move the other one. He's not. It's been a good effort, this break, you have to say.
26.
So far. Shot.
27.
Now, what sort of an angle has he got on the black? I was wondering whether he could screw directly back and try and bring the red into play, but he's not got that angle. So there's a choice here. Just pot the black, play for the double, or just leave yourself the decent safety. He's just preparing to play the safety shot.
34.
Well, in the end, he decided to play for the double. It was a risky one, that, because you wouldn't know where the red was going to finish if it didn't go in the pocket. Anyway, it did. He's finished straight on the black, so can't get back up the table and be good on the yellow. Couldn't be much straighter.
This has been a great visit to the table, though. To even
42.
manage to put all the reds with colours has been a great effort. Can he find a good safety shot? Or is he tempted to try and drop the yellow in, leave the green to the same pocket and possibly have the snooker should he miss the yellow?
Hossein Vafaei, 42.
Yeah, it was a big shot to take on. I think that's what he had in mind. Ronnie having a look at the potted angle there, so can he get past the green and play the pot? No, obviously not. But he's gone for the snooker, and he's played it really well. So he's got the advantage, and he's also got a 19-point lead. He's just looking for yellow and green, given the opportunity. People saying good shot, but this is yellow. Go to the far right corner. As I say, he just needs yellow and green. The screen to go 24 points in front, with just 22 remaining.
Nine.
Well, as many of the other frames, so he's now going to hold a 5-frame advantage. It's going to be a
14.
massive last frame of the session, I think, Stephen, for Hossein Vafaei.
Yeah, no doubt. The spectre of a lose the match. The session early. I mentioned
20.
very early on. Looms large if he loses the last frame.
37 on the frame.
Going goes the black. He had a chance to save Vafaei, made a very good contribution, probably his best of the match so far, but it wasn't enough. Another frame to Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6-1.
Quietly, please. There's still a game on.
Thank you. The final frame of this session, Hossein Vafaei to break.
Well, good cue ball, but there is a red available here to the left corner. And I think if he pots it's free run to get on the black. Well, once again, Ronnie not wanting to risk that shot. And as you said, I think he's in a comfort zone here, Stephen. He feels as though he can win these safety exchanges any time he likes. So why, as you said earlier, push the boat out?
Good shot from Hossein Vafaei. Did exactly what he was supposed to do. Cover the red next to the yellow and get the cue ball tight in the baulk cushion. I bet he sat there wishing he didn't do that in the second frame, you know. I bet he sat in his chair. Why did I do that? Because I came into this match with such good form. Why?
Well, the flick on the green may have helped Ronnie there. Well, you see, it's covered the most potable red. No attempt at the double there. Just concentrate getting a good cue ball, which he has. And with that red adjacent to the left corner pocket, there's a bit of pressure on this safety shot here from Ronnie. Oh, well, no, he knocked the red in. Well, he put his hand up and apologised. He didn't play the pot. Well, it was a plant. An unexpected plant there. You see the hand go up.
Yeah, he has had a good run of the balls this afternoon. Right, that's his second fluke, and just, as I say, there's not been a lot apart from the flukes, just little bits and pieces that to the educated eye you can spot and think, well, that was a nice little rub. It just made it awkward for his opponent. But you have to say, when you're focused and you're putting everything into it and you're playing well, you do tend to get anything that's going. Some would say that the elusive snooker gods, JV, are not looking kind on that break-off in the second frame.
No, I know
11.
we keep harking back on it, but
12.
we can get very superstitious snooker players, and sometimes if you play the wrong shot, you just get a feeling that the balls will never forgive you. He's having to sit there and suffer, which he's done most of the afternoon. Just overrun this positional shot as Ronnie, which obviously tells us the black's not available in any corner pocket, so needs a good shot here. Well, it doesn't appear to be on anything easy.
17.
I see a couple of reds he may have a go at, but nothing straightforward.
Yeah, didn't get a good run of the balls that time.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 17.
Well, he'll be annoyed with himself there. Running into the green, full ball. Just made the safety shot for Hossein a lot easier. Don't think there's a pot on. But as I say, hand on the table. Expecting to play a better safety than that. Well, he decided to go for the red. Where's this red going? Over the middle. So that was the sign you were looking for, Stephen, wasn't it? I mean, he's played that red, but getting position on the colour was nigh on impossible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame the shot choice. I mean, as I say, trying to go toe-to-toe with Ronnie, the tactical game has not worked out. And I think it's 6-1 behind. It's worth, I think, trying to make something happen to win this last frame. I think it's probably his last slim hope of getting back into this match, because it is over when Ronnie wins it, if he wins it. I mean, I think it's over at 6-2 personally, but 7-1 it definitely is.
He's always positive, is our Stephen. But Ronnie, just let that cue ball run loose. Doesn't like it, doesn't feel as though he can reach over and get comfortable. So he's opted to play with the rest. He'd prefer to play the shot without it. Well, where's the pink go? Well, it stops the red going to the left middle. The one closest to the cue ball, I think, will cut along the top cushion. Just checking to see if the black's available. I don't think it is. Been a few times he could have played that and didn't. So thin cut, just trust to look for position. Needs a bit of luck.
11.
Didn't have any. A shot, and particularly as he knows the importance of this frame.
13.
But he thought, knock this yellow in, it could win it me. But unfortunately, he's not landed good on a red, so just a safety. But the type of shot, that yellow, that can fill you full of confidence.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4. Okay.
I mean, it's Ronnie's decision to put the balls back, but it wasn't that difficult a safety for Hossein to play.
Back towards you. Diagonally towards you. Keep going, same direction.
Yeah? Okay. Thanks. Tap.
possible pot here for Hossein. Red to the right, the pink, into this right corner. Free path back to the balk end. No. Well, if he'd kissed the blue there, he'd have left an easy red, but he still left this red. And if Ronnie knocks it in, it's bound to be on the blue. See no reason to not play for any other colour but the blue. And if it goes in, surely a frame winner. Well, he decided to play it with more pace, making it quite a shot for nothing. It does surprise me a little bit. Now, can he take the yellow on, or is it just a roll-up snooker? He's taking it on. Had the nice angle to come down to this end of the table. Still needs a good positional shot now.
3.
To make this a formality. It's not just yet.
4.
Wrong side of the blue.
Yeah, that for opening red, it just showed you how tuned in he is. 6-1 ahead, you could be forgiven for just thought I'll just play for the blue from this red, but made sure he got a good cue ball if he'd missed the pot. Keeping the screws on this match.
9.
Oh, that was a terrific pot. Straight pink. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball, just stun it in, leave the cue ball there. Red available to the opposite corner. This pink to put him 50 points ahead with 75 remaining. So the pink, 2 more reds will give him a 7-1 advantage at the end of the session. Oh, well, straight one. Maybe just didn't find the middle of the cue ball. Puts the rest back in disgust. A let off for Hossein.
One.
It's amazing the reaction of Ronnie going back to his seat. 6-1 ahead, but furious with himself missing that red. That's what it
6.
That's what it means. That's what being an absolute animal out there on the table. Fierce competitor. Doesn't want to give his opponent the slightest glimmer of getting back into this match.
14.
7.
Well, decided to play for the black, which is a good ball to have back on its spot.
$14. 15.
Yeah, he's got a lot of character. Hossein Vafaei playing this game, and this would he'd need it all here to try and win the frame at this visit. This frame would keep any
22.
very slim hopes that he would have for winning this match alive. Straight in the black is no
23.
good. he is, it's going to have to be a power screw shot off the left cushion with check side to bring the cue ball across in a straight line for a red to the left corner pocket. The check side takes the pace off the cue ball. It's a very good effort.
30.
The problem with playing the red, the top one, is you get a cannon on the other one, and the cue ball goes towards the right corner pocket, so he's playing the more difficult of the two. Good shot.
31.
Not perfectly on the blue.
No, I'll be looking at the scoreboard soon. Because this blue will put him 8 points behind. A red-black to make the points all square going to the colours. So that would mean yellow, green, brown, blue would be enough. He wouldn't need the pink.
$37.
Played it really nicely. And he's breaking the last frame, show that he was just finding his feet, so to speak, and
44.
he's certainly doing that here, Stephen.
Yeah, as I say, he's got good character in playing the game. He's got good bottle, and that's what
46.
makes it even more, well, for him, tragic what he did in the second frame. We keep going on, we're going back to it, but it is. I would just say, why?
49.
Why would you? Now looking at the scoreboard, and it's realised that just the blue. And he's been totally outplayed this
53.
afternoon. I mean, you say 2 frames is pretty much the maximum, I suppose. He could have got out of it. So in that respect, it's a good result.
58.
Good break this, you have to say.
So Ronnie comes
Hossein
back to the
Vafaei,
table.
58.
14 points behind. Just 13 remaining. 1 snooker needed. Well, it was almost impossible, it seemed, to miss that double kiss. I always feel with pink and black on the table, you only get one chance, really. A little shake of the head there from Ronnie. It's that miss pink with the rest that will be annoying him. Now, where's this pink running to? Gives Ronnie a chance to get the snooker. I don't mind that. If you don't feel as though you can get the snooker, the priority is get the object ball safe. At least you might get another go. It's a good line, but it's a bit pacey.
Yeah, either send the pink over green pocket or yellow pocket here in a rover, as we say.
He's got a great line with this cue ball, if it runs. Just seems to drift into the table. The pin, touch of the knuckles. Ronnie gets out a little bit annoyed. He had a great chance there to have a 6-frame advantage. He'll have to settle for 4. That was a bit more like it from Hossein Vafaei in the last couple of frames. Something to take to the second session tomorrow. But Ronnie O'Sullivan leads 6 frames to 2.